Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm getting around to something that I mentioned doing a while back. We've got Skrewball Peanut Butter Whiskey and Bird Dog Peanut Butter Whiskey, both of which I've reviewed on the channel before. And at one point I was like, hey, maybe I should go head to head. So in typical fashion, I procrastinated on that and waited until the peanut butter whiskey craze died down, and now I'm finally getting around to it, 6 months after everybody was already over this shit and doesn't care anymore. So, yeah, procrastination's a beautiful thing. Honestly, I was realizing earlier, I haven't cracked open this bottle of Skrewball yet, and that was one of the biggest reasons I hadn't done this video, is because I didn't want to crack open this bottle while I still had a bunch of stuff that I'd already opened that hadn't been finished yet. But honestly, my giant, well-stocked liquor cabinet is full of half-finished bottles, so what's one more? That being the case, let's get to it. So, Skrewball, to the Misfits, Black Sheep, and Skrewballs, whiskey with natural flavors. And now Skrewball comes in at 70 proof, which means it's 35% alcohol by volume. Actually contains peanuts. The Bird Dog comes in at 80 proof, which is 40% alcohol by volume, so it's a little bit stronger. And no, I don't have a full bottle, but we'll try to measure these out and get it nice and even. Caramel color added, and this one contains peanuts as well. So for those of you with a peanut allergy, neither of the two is safe. I think this is actually left over from a from a party bucket of nips that I think I had it this summer. Maybe no, it's not a year old. It's not from last Christmas. Anyway, it's been around for a little while. Maybe a little bit more of the Skrewball than the... I gotta figure this out at some point. Every time I try to open a bottle the natural way, I throw my arm in front of my face, and I know that blocks me from the camera. I don't know, maybe that's a blessing in disguise for you folks, but it bugs me when I'm rewatching the video. I'm like, I just covered myself up. I gotta figure that out. Maybe I gotta put the bottle lower. All right, I'm overthinking it. And I'm not even drunk yet, so... Alright, so looking at the two, they actually have a pretty similar color, and I don't think I've done the light with liquors before, but we're going to do that to go head to head. Just looking at that, it's got a nice golden brown, I don't know, peanutty color. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of difference in the color. I mean, maybe a very, very subtle... Maybe the Skrewball is just a little bit more glowy. That's a good way to put it. Giving them both a quick swirl. Ooh, the Skrewball actually sticks to the glass, has slightly better legs. Now, having a lower alcohol content, maybe it's a little more syrupy and thick, but it definitely is sticking to the glass better. Definitely smelling booze, and like a bitter peanut, like a roasty peanut butter aroma. There's a hint of sweetness in there as well, so like, roasty peanut butter with a fairly heavy booze aroma. No surprise, it's less of a strong booze aroma. It's less boozy. A little less bitter, not really roasty, but definitely some sweet peanut butter aroma coming through. All right, let's go with the heavier ABV one first, because you should always go higher to lower. Just a typical drinking strategy. Sweet up front. Nice roasted peanut, yet sweet flavor. A little bit of a boozy finish. It's nice and sweet. And that roastiness kind of gives it a hint of bitterness. It's probably as close to a Reese's peanut butter cup as you're going to get, or at least that type of peanut butter in a booze. Gets a little syrupy on the back end, but then the roasted peanut comes through again. Definitely digging this one. I mean, I think we've done this before. It is good. And the roasty peanut butter flavor intensifies the more you drink it, and the booziness tends to fade. I mean, it's definitely still there. I'm certainly feeling it. That's good. All right. We're going to cleanse the palate with a little bit of water here, which is only fair. Swish it around a little bit. Pardon. A little belch. That's not a good sign of booze. I shouldn't be getting gassy at all. All right, we've given that a second to settle. Yeah, once again, the peanut butter aroma is a little more muted, and it's definitely sweeter and less. There's not much of a roasty aroma from it. I know, I'm repeating myself, but there's not really much else to say about these. They're kind of one-trick ponies. And honestly, I am not picking up much of a whiskey aroma, and I didn't get a very heavy whiskey flavor out of this, just basically a booziness, but not like a woody or whiskey harshness. So that's an interesting note as well. I should have mentioned that when I was drinking the Bird Dog. Pardon. I knew I was stalling for something. A little bit of gas coming up. That's odd. All right, here we go. A little more boozy up front. Which is weird because this one has the lower alcohol content and it didn't smell as boozy. I mean, again, maybe it's just because I've got a full thing of the Bird Dog in me already, but it's a little more syrupy sweet, like I said before, in the aroma. Not really getting much of a roasty flavor, maybe a hint of it on the back end. I'm trying to think of something to compare it to, because every peanut butter that I'm thinking of, like Jif or the others, Skippy, they're all, none of them are as sweet as this is, and they have more peanut flavor than the Skrewball does. Don't get me wrong, the Skrewball's definitely got peanut butter flavor, and it's definitely a peanut butter booze. It's not really hitting you with any sort of whiskey flavor. But the peanut butter is less intense than any real peanut butter, except in the finish. In the finish, it comes through a bit. But again, it doesn't have that roasty character like crunchy style peanut butter, you know, that actually has, or the Reese's peanut butter and Reese's peanut butter cups. For that would be the Bird Dog. I think in the long term, I think Skrewball is going to be easier to drink. So it's probably a better option for, you know, your friends who just want to have a drink with an interesting flavor to it. Or maybe as a mixer, there's got to be something like chocolate milk or it's a peanut flavored drink. Nut milk. Get your nut milk right here. Anyway, I can't think of something to mix the Skrewball with, but it would probably be an easier one to have at a party for folks who are just looking to sip something easy. The Bird Dog is just as easily sipped, but for me, this has got a better peanut butter flavor than Skrewball does. But Skrewball seems to go down really well in a group setting with people who are just looking for something different, and it definitely is peanut buttery. But for my money, I honestly would give the edge to the Bird Dog peanut butter whiskey because, again, it's got that stronger, more intense peanut butter flavor. It's got a bit of roastiness. It's also a little bit heavier on the ABV, so, you know, you're getting a little more booziness for your buck. Actually, I can't remember if they come in at a similar price point or if the Skrewball's a couple of bucks less expensive. I think the Skrewball is like $17.99 for the bottle and the Bird Dog's like $19.99. I'd have to look it up, but yeah. In terms of flavor overall, I got to give it to the Bird Dog. In terms of, you know, party atmosphere and an easy drinking, sipping whiskey that's going to go over well with a large number of people, I got to give it to the Skrewball. So, you know, for me, I'll take the Bird Dog over the Skrewball. Bird Dog wins. But they both have their positive points, and they're both more appropriate for different settings. But yeah, for me, hands down, if I'm just buying it for myself and I'm drinking it alone, Bird Dog, hands down. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Hit me up down below in the comments or the email link down there. Let me know what you think of the Bird Dog peanut butter or the Skrewball peanut butter. Either way, I want to hear from you. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and then click on that little bell icon. Pardon, where's all the gas coming from in the whiskey? Maybe I got a bunch of air with the water. But anyway, if you click on the bell icon, you'll get notifications every time I post a new video. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers. I'm gonna go eat some fucking Reese's now.